What would an ex say about you? You're well spoken, Ahmad.
Thank you. I think they would say I'm a kind person. I do my best to help other people. I try not to only think about myself, and I'm a very driven and ambitious person.
Welcome back, everyone. We're continuing to support those who want to pursue meaningful, long-term relationships. In today's video, we're talking to an intentional single who will do a self-pitch. Keep watching to learn more about this eligible single.
If you are also single, intentional, and believe you may be a good match, please reach out to them directly.
Today we'll be speaking with Ahmad, and is that correct?
Yeah, Ahmad, yep.
Okay, perfect. And where are you calling from, Ahmad?
Columbus, Ohio.
Okay, Ohio, okay. And your age?
27.
27, all right. And do you have a particular age range of a particular lady that you're interested in?
I would say 24 to 28.
Okay, 24, 28. Okay.
And then, Ahmad, what do you do for a living?
So right now I'm driving Uber, but I'm working on getting a higher paying job so that way I could save money and eventually start investing in real estate.
Excellent. Okay. And you're young.
Yep,
Are you legally single?
I am, yep.
And do you have any kids or?
No kids.
Okay. And are you interested in a woman with kids?
If I'm being honest, I'd prefer one without,
Okay.
but one or two kids is fine. But I'd prefer without.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. What makes you an intentional dater, Ahmad?
Me personally, I've used Tinder and Hinge and Bumble in the past. And I just feel like I don't really meet the quality of people that I want to meet. So I figured at some point, it'd be a wise idea to try something different.
Excellent.
And what are you looking for in a particular partner?
I'm looking for someone with similar qualities, someone who's, a good person, someone who's kind, someone who is going to prioritize the relationship, and not prioritize other irrelevant things. Someone who doesn't take energy, someone who adds energy, someone who's very nurturing and accepting.
Sir, I think you thought about your answer.
Are you open to a long distance relationship?
Um, I am. Again, I'd prefer something that's close to home, but that's fine as well.
What would you consider your ideal first date?
And what type of date? What would you do? Where would you take them to? Things like that.
Yeah, so I don't really care to do anything too fancy, but I honestly prefer something kind of fun, maybe going bowling, going to an arcade, Dave and Buster's, something like that, but also like, just a basic dinner, going to the park. Any of that works for me.
How long have you been single?
It's been a year now.
It's been a year. And what would your ex say as a opportunity? Like, what would be one thing she would say would be a strength that you had within that relationship, and one thing she would say would be a weakness, something that you could have done better or worked on.
Yeah, so a strength of mine is that I don't give up on people easily. So even if someone's doing something I don't like, I'm very clear with my communication. If there's something I don't like or something I do like, I'll thank the person. If something I don't like, I'll communicate with that with the person instead of just trying to be passive aggressive or lashing out at them. So I'm very good with my communication. I don't give up on people easily. My weakness is that I would say, sometimes maybe I try to give like a little bit too much instead of, just focusing more on myself. I think it's good to take time to yourself and just focus on yourself and do stuff that you like. Maybe sometimes I don't do that enough. And I try to give too much of myself, and then maybe the other person feels like, okay, maybe this is like a little bit too much. So
And is there anything else you want us to know about you?
anything else?
You can go.
I'm a person who, like I said, I'm very driven and ambitious. I have very big goals. And I think for me, the number one thing I value in a relationship is someone who, I guess in a way kind of lets me teach them things that, they're not already aware of maybe. So I'd prefer like a more, traditional gender role kind of relationship where man leads, woman follows. And I think for me, like I said, I think the number one thing I value is just being able to mentor and lead someone. So
Yeah.
We really appreciate the way you've been so thoughtful
Mhm.
about your answers. I mean, I believe if you stay on that track of I'm getting my money to a space where I want to get it so that I can invest in real estate,
right.
you're going to be in a phenomenal space. You do
Mhm.
communicate
Mhm.
better than most males your age.
Yeah, I would say so
appreciate
as
that.
well. You do.
Yeah.
So yeah, and women, they love someone who can communicate well, who keeps their commitment. And it
Yeah.
seems like that's something that you do. And
For
I've
sure.
always been a good communicator, and that always helped me in my old dating when I dated.
You used
So
to date before me?
yeah, I dated before you, man. I was one-time single as well.
I can tell.
Yeah, so that's gonna take you a long way. Is what I'm saying. It's gonna take you a long way due to the fact that you communicate well. You're very articulate, like my wife stated. You know exactly what you want. You know how to speak on it. You know how to express yourself in a certain way to where the message gets delivered. So I say just keep that up. Are you ready for marriage now, or is it something that you maybe?
No, I don't think I'm ready for that just yet. I think I would definitely have to meet the right person first. But I would say it'd be a few more years, maybe like
That's
3
fair.
more years before I'm ready for that. But I am looking for something, at least more serious right now. And then, if I met the person right now, I wouldn't mind doing that later on down the road. So
Yeah, I think a lot of guys, especially your age, they think about, okay, I have to have this much money and I get married. And the thing is you never get to where you feel like you're in that space. But as long as you have that trajectory, because you also don't want to question, why is she here? Is she here
Right.
because of all
yeah,
the
yeah.
things?
Yep, and the right woman, she'll be willing to work with you and grow with you as well. I mean, if you're finding women or wherever you meet them at, and they're saying, "Oh, I need you to have this and that already," and they're already young like you are, and saying, "Hey, you got to have this kind of car, this kind of money, this kind of house," that's not the right woman for you.
Yeah, no, I've definitely thought about all that before. Sometimes I hope that I can meet, the one
Mhm.
sooner rather than later, so that way I don't have to worry about any of that.
Yeah.
But whenever it comes, it comes.
Right
That's
mindset.
There you
up
go.
to God. So
Don't force
Yeah.
it.
um,
And that I was going to ask you your value system. Like when you think about the things you value, what are those
yeah,
things before we close out?
sure. So the things I value my spiritual growth. I would say that's probably number one over anything else. I don't align with any, I don't affiliate with any particular religion. I just can kind of consider myself spiritual, but not religious. But I just value my own personal growth and development over anything else. And then if I was to, get into a relationship with someone, I'd obviously value their growth too. I think I do my best to just, um, give people the raw truth about themselves so that way they can take that information and grow. So that's just probably the number one thing I value over anything else. Other than that, it's family, um, family and just all the stuff that keeps me level-headed and sane.
What would be your favorite attribute about yourself? One non-physical and one physical.
One non-physical would be, um, just my commitment to my growth. I think for me, you know, I take pride in the fact that I can handle criticism from any angle, any direction. Even if someone insults me and says something I don't like, I'm gonna ask myself, like, okay, is what this person's saying true? And if it is, how can I fix that? So I think for me, just my personal growth comes before anything else. So comes before my ego. If someone tells me something I don't like, I'm going to do my best to just really consider it and think about whether or not it's true. And if it's true, how can I use that information to change and evolve? And then as far as my physical, I guess I would say my hair, it's not falling out, so I still have all
Yeah.
my hair. So
Yeah.
my hair would be probably my best physical attribute.
If you don't mind, just shouting out your email for us.
Yeah, it's my last name, ABDELKARIM 097 @gmail.com. That's Abdelkarim 097 @gmail.com.
All right, perfect, ladies. That's how you can reach them. All right, Ahmad, it was a pleasure speaking with you once again. You have yourself a good weekend, and I hope you have a good week. And we'll be in contact with you. All right.
All right, thank you guys. I
All right, you're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
Nice meeting you.
Ahmad.
Bye.
All right.
So.
sure to
like,
comment and
and
subscribe.
subscribe.